Today I'm bringing you a Counter-Strike mystery. You've all played it armed with nothing but a scout and a knife, spawned in this asymmetrical map with low gravity. It's Scoutzknivez, and the creator's name in this level is nowhere to be found. The search for the author is much like the dead-end road in the map. It leads nowhere. There's nothing. Attempts to crawl through old websites and search for the legendary author is a pretty cold trail. So, who made this map? If you're not aware of what Scoutzknivez is, well, it's a simple map that took over Counter-Strike 1.6 like a firestorm. It had loads of servers dedicated to playing it 24/7. There were clan servers that popped up that would exclusively scrim in this map, and they were pretty hardcore and competitive people. Its popularity spawned even more derivative work. There are tons and tons of Scoutzknivez clones with various changes made to the map. But the question remains, who made the original one? I'm not even sure if Valve could answer this question, which is kind of funny considering they created an entire game mode based off of the concept of this map. It's called the Flying Scoutsman mode. Although the original Scoutzknivez map isn't found in the official game mode, the very rudiments of the gameplay are there. You get a scout, a knife, and a dash of low gravity, which kind of makes you think. This map was just that popular throughout every version of CS that Valve made it an official game mode for CSGO. That's an incredible feat for any sole map designer who possibly whipped this map up on a whim. So, here's the theory as to why this map has no author attached to it. As stated before, this map was probably a fun little map someone drafted up and didn't have the foresight about its popularity. So they drafted this level up, handed it over to a friend running a server, and had a little game night with it. The initial playthrough must have been fun enough for everyone there that it made regular appearances on this said server. If the server was public, randoms would connect wondering what this weird map title was. And it was weird, there's no traditional prefix before it like DE, CS, AS, or ES. So they connected, downloaded it, and had fun and started telling other server hosts about the map. It quickly started branching out from there, all while the original author forgot to provide a TXT file with the map. If you don't know about old map distribution in those days, generally you got two basic files with a map when you downloaded it. One is the BSP file. This is the file for the level. Usually with a basic map like Scoutzknivez, you'll only need this file to play the map. Next, you get a text file. The text file has basic information about the map, such as a description, some technical mapper jargon, and most importantly, the author's name, which we don't have. A TXT file may in fact had came with the map originally, but lazy redistributors didn't attach the file with the map, so file hosts and server hosts never got to include it. But if there never was a TXT file to begin with, then the mystery remains even colder, as nowhere in the map does it even allude to the creator's name. Some mappers like the legendary Nipper and 3D Mike would physically put their name in the level so people couldn't steal their work. Even this old classic AIM map has the mapper's name written with decals. It was a super effective way of marking your work. Mind you, during the early days of Counter-Strike, levels would pop in and out of servers on the browser. No level designer would ever expect their map to take off in superstar popularity, so sometimes mappers would forget to mention themselves. And if the original concept was to make a goofy little game mode for a night at a friend's server, then you probably weren't thinking about writing anything special. Also, anyone can edit the TXT files as they wish and redistribute it. It's a pretty jerk move to do. Old website archives don't have much information on the map, and most of the conversations revolving around the map are focused on the competitive clan scene that took over the Scoutzknivez servers. They were fierce trash talkers with laser bolt aim, but these clans emerged long after the map's release. Some of these clans might know the origin story of Scoutzknivez, but finding them now might be a stretch. If you are in fact the author of Scoutzknivez, reach out in any way possible. There are tons of people who would love to hear the origin story of this legendary map. And by chance, if you are watching this, let me ask you a few questions. What was the inspiration for the level? Why not ops instead of scouts? Were you shocked by how popular it became? How did you originally distribute the map? Was this map a collaborative effort with other mappers? Are you a fan of the derivative work? Why didn't you include your name in the work, or did you and it was lost? Who were the folks you initially played the map with, and on what server? How long was the map public before it took off in popularity on other servers? What do you think of the competitive clans that played Scoutzknivez? Why is the map titled Scoutzknivez and not something else? Was there another title you were considering? Are you surprised Valve made your map an official game mode in CSGO? Did you make other maps? How did you get into CS? What are you doing now? Do you know people love you and they care about you and think you're special? You single-handedly extended the lifespan of CS 1.6 with a single map. That has to feel powerful. Other mappers from that generation only dreamed of designing a level as popular as yours. You changed the landscape of CS and it was legendary. Well folks, any leads? Let me know.